All right. So we are starting with the first series that will be televised, and it is the New York Islanders versus the Carolina Hurricanes. And I'm going to bring us in with my prediction here. So I am the noted Islanders fan of the podcast, and the Hurricanes and the Isles played each other pretty evenly. I believe they were both 2-2 against each other this year. I think the Hurricanes have added a lot to their scoring depth in terms of certain players having pretty good years and also the addition of Jake Gensel. And I think scoring was always an issue for them. They have a healthy Freddie Anderson back in net. So that's really good, despite his lack of a full season. And the Islanders are such an up and down team. The Islanders are also really hot right now. They are 8-0-1, I
Yeah, that's the
believe.
thing. They're in the
And
up.
they're yes,
Yes, they are.
Semyon Varlamov is
He's taken over that
the
role, eh?
is the saving grace for the Islanders. Sorokin has had an average season. I wouldn't even say an absolutely awful one. But Varlamov has stepped in and kind of fired the team back up. I'm gonna say Islanders in 7 is my prediction.
Ooh, nice.
And guess
that's
what?
That's a homer pick.
I also have the Islanders in
Islanders
7.
in 7. Let's go. We'll swing it over to you, Benny. We'll swing it over to you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is going to be that reassuring, Eric, because I picked my bracket the same way that I always pick my bracket.
He does just a random shit.
Purely based on vibes in about 5 minutes before I went to work this morning. So, take that how you will. But, the counterpoint, maybe, you said, oh yeah, Carolina, they beat them pretty handily. Well, not handily even. I think they made it 6 games in the series last year, right?
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was that close.
Carolina added to their scoring, but the Islanders are scoring way more than they were last year. Like they're still not an offensive wagon, but they Patrick Waugh has them playing a bit more free flowing than they were last year, which can be good on one end of the ice and bad on the other. But Varlamov, he's great.
He is.
But I just think it'd be fun to see, and I pick my brackets for what I want to see. I don't necessarily say what I think logically is going to happen, but also there's always got to be an upset or two each year. Why can't it be the Islanders?
Why not?
It's not like I picked the Capitals against the Rangers. Like that's spoiling things.
Yeah. That would be pretty wild. But Nick, I'm interested to hear you had a nice smirk on your face when Eric said Islanders in 7, so I want to hear what you got to say.
No, I don't. No offense, Eric. I don't think they'll get out of the first this year.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, the Hurricanes are just always good, right? They've been good for the last 3 years. Their defense is still just as good as it was before. Eric mentioned it. They brought in Gensel, and he's been playing really well for them.
Oh my God!
Freddie came back towards the end of the season, and he looked like he was playing well as well. So it's hard to count them out. And just their track record's been pretty decent over the last couple of years in the playoffs too. So it's like
they've been fairly good at getting through a round, maybe 2, and then that's usually when they fold.
Yeah,
they usually get to the conference
finals last year, right?
No,
weren't they? Who lost to Florida?
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait.
Yeah, they were.
Jeez.
God, yeah, because they got
swept. They got
swept, but not swept.
Which I felt bad for Rod because I got what he meant, but also yes, you did.
You did. You lost 4 games in a row. Come on now.
He was trying to say, oh, it was a sweep, but we were at least competitive in all the games. But you still got swept.
Eric, for your sake, I want the Islanders to win, but I don't. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't be betting on them.
That's fair. Mike, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on this series.
Here's the thing. I thought I was going to be on the ass end of this one. I got the Isles.
Oh, yo, we got 3. Oh no.
Not necessarily in 7.
Oh.
Not necessarily in 7. But I got the Isles because there's something about the playoffs. They've been scoring more. I know Freddie Anderson's good. He's never shown it in the playoffs. Not one time has he
Yeah.
shown being good in the playoffs.
That is true. He's not usually a
Oh.
great playoff performer.
You know me, I skew towards the goalie. I always skew towards the goalie, and I like the Islanders goaltending a little more. Their defense, I will say, it looks real bad on paper. It's their first thing. Daily Faceoff has their first pairing as who's the young guy, the good guy? 8. Dobson. That's it. I couldn't remember his name. Dobson and Romanov is their other one on the top pairing.
You know what's interesting about
Unless
that?
Romanov has gotten a lot better since he left the Habs, that's not what you want.
He's been okay for the Islanders this season, not gonna lie. I will say this, based on fitting into the Islanders system, the fact that you have Romanov who can just freely unload whatever, dirty but clean, if you will, plays in the playoffs.
Yep.
That'll probably be pretty annoying to play against, or maybe that's at least the plan. While Dobson
has he gotten a little greasy since he got there?
I think
he's a big body. He always throws big hits, at least.
He's thrown a big hit or two, but he didn't really ever do much like that. Interesting.
Somebody taught it was Matt Martin. Matt Martin taught him how to do it.
Yeah.
My last point.
Yeah.
My last point I'll make is in the season series, it was 2-2, and all games were won on the road. So I'm giving it to the team that's on the road more.
Oh yeah, there we go. Also, couldn't Carolina were they the one that either?
Yes.
Or no, could they not do shit on the road back last year? Was that or was it they couldn't win at home? I can't remember which one it was.
It was
It was the Devils series. Whoever played them.
No, it was the Rangers 2 years ago, I believe. Or no, the year that the Lightning beat them beat the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Final.
Right.
Oh yes.
Carolina Hurricanes had won every home game and lost every away game until their last home game, Game 7 of the second round, and they lost that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
So it's the opposite of what happened, and it's the opposite of what I am hoping happens. But yeah, that was my final point.
Interesting.
Yeah. So 3 of us have the Islanders,
I'm thinking it might go Carolina's way, but I want it to go the Islanders' way, so I picked them.
It certainly could go the Islanders' way.
Yeah.
Or the Carolina's way. This one could go either way. I think we all like to have some fun.
Yeah.
If we were putting money on it, we might be singing a different tune, but we're not.
I would actually just be doing. I'd be doing a very small money bet because New York's odds are probably fantastic. Like in terms of making money, like you probably if it hits, you're probably doing well. So I'd just throw $5 on it or something.
Yeah, I should look that up. Look the odds up. That's all I got. I don't know if you guys have anything else.
Nick,
well, I mean,
Eric, it's your team.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Eric, do you have any feelings about just the way they've been playing coming into this playoffs? What do you like? If let's say if they're gonna beat them, how is it gonna happen?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, first I want to talk about the feelings. So this is actually kind of funny. The Islanders played the Penguins the last game of the season.
Yes.
And there were 3 minutes left of this game, and I'm like, my dad's like, yeah, you want to just turn it on and watch the last 3 minutes? And I'm like, dude, this game is meaningless. But like when the Islanders close out games, you guys don't even know this year. It's painful to watch. In these 3 minutes, it took like 25 minutes to get through 3 minutes of hockey. Sidney Crosby had a penalty shot with 1 minute and
wow.
Damn. The Islanders team was like in the crease at one point trying to prevent the puck from going in, and then like I guess Nelson was on top of it. They just call a penalty shot. I'm like, guys, you have a 1-goal lead at home, and you're giving up a penalty shot to Sidney Crosby.
That's pretty rough.
with a minute and 30 seconds.
That's not ideal.
Just score in the empty net and make it 6-4. Why does it have to be a 5-4 win with a penalty shot? And Sorokin saved it.
There you
but
go.
gee, I'm like, oh god,
Damn.
like the vibes were great after, they almost were just absolutely atrocious. So those are my feelings about the Islanders. I think they're gonna make me laugh a lot, with some silly things. But I also do feel like you said with Varlamov, that is like the one thing where, as you know, if a goalie gets hot in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yep.
So I really think the Islanders might have an edge there, even if they don't have an edge defensively. And offensively, again, yeah, they've been scoring more than they've ever scored. Also,
I saw that. I think I saw
yeah.
Palmieri didn't Palmieri get 30 goals this year?
He had more goals than John Tavares this year. Kyle Palmieri.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Wow.
have 3 guys on that roster that they got 30 goals, right?
Yep.
there we go. We're gonna.
Nelson, Horvat, and Palmieri. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm stuck on the Tavares of it all.
That's pretty rough. 11 million
He
bucks
He
for
missed
that
time.
guy.
He missed time though.
Tavares doesn't need to
time.
score when Austin Matthews scores 70.
That's right, and we'll get into that when we get to the Leafs. But we're gonna wrap it up right there. So let us know down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Islanders or Canes? Who you got? 3 of us have Islanders. 1 of us has the Canes. So,
I'm sure that the majority of everybody else is going to be with us too, right?
that's right. That's right. You better. I
Yeah.
want to see a lot of orange and blue down there.
75% of predictions are all definitely going toward the Islanders.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, we're a good like sample. We got a good sample here.